Sup dudes, welcome back to another video, and today we are taking a look at another figure, and I'm very excited about this one because this one we're taking a look is very special and you can see it lurking in the shadows, but I hope you guys do enjoy. The setup is completely new and different, so I hope you guys do enjoy that. Definitely not complete, but we are getting there slowly, and I'm going to have a very nice looking setup, but we're going to take a look at the packaging of this figure and yeah, get straight into it. So leave a like and a comment if you guys enjoyed the video, you know, all that good stuff, and let's get straight into it. The figure itself is of Candyman, and you can see that this figure looks super cool. This figure I got mainly because, you know, I really wanted a Candyman figure for a long time, and I was hoping Neca would come out with an ultimate release, which I'm hoping they still do someday. Yeah, this is a figure. This is like their cloth line of figures, which looks really cool. But I don't know, I just really wanted an ultimate collector's, you know, the ultimate figures like they usually do. And I got this because sadly we did lose Tony Todd himself recently in November, and that was pretty heartbreaking. It was a very heartbreaking experience, but definitely his legacy will live on because he's been so many different characters. The first time I ever saw him was in Night of the Living Dead, the remake, and I just always loved his character in that movie, and it's such a good movie. I really do enjoy that movie, and I got a lot of fond memories of that movie, but I think everyone knows him well as the Candyman.
Be my victim.
Such an iconic villain with an amazing story, and I think that he's just awesome. So I really do like the box art. You can kind of see it right there, but I really do like just the way it looks. It just does remind me of, like, you know, some of the more I guess modern posters that we see now, which I think a lot of them do look cool with a beautiful looking art style. And you have an image of the Candyman there, him passing right there from the beginning scene, and there he is with his hand holding a mirror. Honestly, I gotta be honest with you guys, I've never seen Candyman. I have the first one, I just never watched it, but so far there's been 4 different Candyman movies. There's been 3 based off the you know, within this timeline, and then they made a new one which doesn't look as good, but I really do like how the first one looks, and I'm very excited to see it someday. But right now we're taking a look at the figure, and you can see the figure itself right in there with some very nice looking cloth pieces. This is going to be like kind of my first cloth figure, so I'm very excited to get into this. So let's take a look at the back of the box. And here is the back of the box. Nothing crazy, just a couple more images of the Candyman and probably some stuff that you can do with him as well. I really do like the bee, the kind of the bee background that we have in the back here, you know, kind of flooding the figures just a little bit. I just think that just looks pretty nice. I really do just like all the this whole scene that is happening here. But we're gonna take a look at this figure. We're gonna open this figure up and see what's inside. The figure out of box looks pretty fantastic. I actually really do like the way they did this figure. It just looks so good and how they did it, and I am very excited to get some new kind of lights happening here because it's very dark in this little room, and yeah, it just looks really nice. I'm gonna turn the brightness on like really bright, but you know, whatever, but it looks really good. I really do like the head sculpt that they have with this figure. I think that looks super cool. I really do like just overall the way this whole figure looks. It just looks awesome. I'm actually very happy with the way this figure looks, and definitely do like the accessories. He comes with 2 different heads and the whole entire body piece as well, which, you know, definitely is very cool. I just overall really do like the way this whole figure looks. I never really cared for figures like this. Like, this just wasn't my thing, just getting figures with like full like cloth clothing, I guess, because it just wasn't my thing. But he feels very nice to hold, and I definitely will be doing a little bit of an in-hand look of him, but he's just really cool, and just kind of messing around with him for a little bit. I think the overall clothing is very nice for him, and I just really do like everything that he does come with. Again, I would have really liked an Ultimate Collector's look for him with different hands, and yeah, just overall everything you get in Ultimate Collector's look. But he does look really good. So the figure overall I think looks very nice. I love how they did the head sculpt. It looks pretty accurate, and so far, if we get a little bit of a closer look, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty much like Tony Todd. It's a pretty good spot on look for him, and of course he does have his other look with the bees in his mouth. That's such an iconic look for this head, and it's just so good on how they did it. I really do like the bees just on his face. It's pretty disturbing, but I really do. I like it overall. It's a pretty nice look for him, but it's definitely really neat. So the clothing is very interesting. I'm not used to this kind of clothing like at all, but it is really cool. The inside is, you know, pretty basic. It's just a shirt. You do have this kind of like weird, what would this be? Like kind of scarf look. It is on Velcro, so you can kind of take this off if you wanted, which does reveal just kind of a body, which is pretty cool. Don't know if you need to take that off for the chest piece, but it's pretty nice. He does have some of the kind of like a pattern pants, just black and white. Pretty cool. The belt does kind of, you know, shift to the side a little bit, so you do have to kind of maneuver it, but it works like a functioning belt, so it's pretty interesting. It's very interesting, and it's completely new to me. So yeah, this is gonna be a very interesting look, but it doesn't hinder articulation, so I think that's pretty cool. The coat, I think, is my favorite part. I really do like the way the coat feels. I like how it looks on him, and there's a bendy wire all the way at the bottom, so you can probably get him into some nice poses. The only thing I really don't care is the puffy part. It feels nice, but it does tend to kind of flake off, I guess, just a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of it's not really fun. But he overall does look very nice. And of course he does have this beautiful looking hook hand, which you can see the nails just sticking out of it. And just how bloody it looks, I think it just looks really cool. It is made of rubber, so you don't have to worry about breaking it off. But yeah, still. The one hand that he does have is kind of just like this open hand, which is pretty nice. I do like the puffed collars, or the puffed cuffs here. I think that's pretty cool. He does have some articulation that can go up very far, which I really do like. Down, he's got some side to side, and of course the swivel. With the coat on, I'm pretty sure you leave the coat on. There is just like a sleeveless shirt, so the coat is pretty much supposed to stay on, but his arm can go out that far. It can go forward. Let's try to push it as much as we can. About that far. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Really do like that. It goes back that far. He does have a swivel kind of at the elbow. I can't really tell. There's a swivel at the bicep, I believe. He's got a nice double bend at the elbow, which is very nice. Swivel at the arm, and I don't think there might be a hinge joint, but not completely sure. There is a little bit of a swivel on this hand as well. Pretty much the same thing on that side. He does have a very nice swivel, kind of an ab crunch as well, which is really nice. He does have, let's see if this guy's got a nice spread. He does have a pretty decent one, so I think that's pretty cool. His leg can go out that far, he can go back about that far. He's got a nice single bend, I believe. Okay, yeah, it's just a single bend. Single bend at the knee, which is very nice. He does have a pivot, and I can't really tell. The shoe is also like not plastic either. It feels rubbery, which is so weird. Again, I'm not used to that at all. And he does have a hinge joint at the kind of ankle, but he does have a pivot as well. So yeah, it's pretty much just you posing him and seeing how he is, taking off the head. Let's see. Is it a ball joint? Yeah, it's just a ball joint. I don't know why I expected anything else, but we just kind of pop this head on. Beautiful. But I don't think it's as complete without the whole entire look, which the look is very nice. That is gnarly looking. I love the bees coming out of his chest, and it just looks disgusting, and I love it. I just dropped it and then fell. So I'm gonna try to put this on like live right now, so you can kind of struggle with me a little bit. I don't know if this would be easier with. I'm pretty sure you can do it with the shirt on. I think that's possible. I'm pretty sure we are supposed to put this little scarf piece up so it can kind of hang over the actual, chest piece. But they are rubber, so you can kind of easily get it on. So let's see. I'm trying to look at the camera doing this because looking at it off camera is kind of difficult. But there's that. And you can kind of have that immersion just a little bit. You do need this a little bit more on. I'm sure there's like better ways to do this, but then you just kind of put this to the side. I'm trying to look at what the kind of poster looks, because I do have the little poster here. It kind of is like blowing in the wind a little bit, but that's pretty much how it's supposed to go. I'll probably do some better poses towards the end of the video, but that's kind of how it's supposed to go. And yeah, you can definitely have the jacket. You can kind of look like he's holding it open. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I don't know if you're supposed to have the shirt on or not, but it's very weird. It's very weird. That's all I can really say. I really do like that you can do that for a pose. I think that's really, really cool. You can take this off. I'm pretty sure you can. When you take the head off as well, but I don't really want to do that right now. Probably do that in a minute during poses, but it's a fun figure. I actually really do like the way this figure looks, and just how he feels is very nice, and I just overall love the quality of the outfit itself. I think that's really cool. Of course, you do have these little bits that just dangle off, but I'm pretty sure you can just snip those off a little bit, and then there's just parts that flake, so not really flake, but it just kind of comes off. So yeah, really cool figure, really, really awesome. I definitely want to take a closer looks at him. Yeah, especially with some other figures. I got some other figures I want to see how he scales up to. I'd say this is probably the most interesting way to display him, but it looks really cool. I looked on the back of the box and it looks like they just have the collar piece kind of tucked in. So, but it looks really nice. I really do like the overall look on how this whole thing is displayed. That just looks fantastic. I really do like the glossiness of the chest. I think that's the coolest part. That just looks really cool. I know I'm doing like a little bit of like a Dean Knight style thing of recording, but it's so much chiller to do it like that and just admire the figure. And yeah, I really do like his videos, and I can see why he does this. It's pretty cool. I'm definitely not going to do this every review, but I'm trying to get the feel of this whole new setup. But I really do like kind of just panning over the figure, because this figure has so much going for it, and it's just fantastic on how this whole look of him works. This whole chest piece is really nice. It is kind of tough just to get it, past the clothing, the undershirt, but I think it's really cool. I really just love how it looks, and it's awesome. To me, the Candyman's like almost like that anti-hero, just a little bit. How he died, if I remember correctly, was completely uncalled for. This man did not deserve to die. If I'm remembering the movie correctly. But he's just such a cool, I guess, villain. And he's just so cool, just the way he looks. He's so menacing. But he's very... I can't really put a word to it, but he's very mesmerizing to look at. I really do just like how very Count Dracula-like. That's just kind of the feels I'm getting from him. But he looks really nice, and just that hook hand is such a really cool, iconic weapon. But yeah, it's a very interesting looking figure. and I am very happy to own it. Never owned a figure like this before. I think they got the head sculpt down to a T. I think it's such an amazing looking figure all the way around. And it's just super nice to just stare at, you know? This is not a figure that I would like really do dynamic poses with, but it is a figure that I would definitely display, probably like this. This is probably how I'll have him displayed, because he just looks so cool. This is probably as dynamic as I probably would get him. Just something simple like this, but it just looks so cool. I really do like this figure. It's really cool. I don't know why I voted these cloth figures for so long, but they just never interest me. But this is definitely, this is a keeper. I'm definitely keeping this one because it just looks so cool, and I really do love the sculpting. The posability is very simple, and you know, the overall look of it. I think my only complaint would probably be just the whole entire outfit kind of falls apart a little bit, and you can see, you know, just some little parts, just strings and stuff kind of dangling off. I had to cut a couple at the collar part here. You can kind of see it just a little here, but overall it's amazing. And it's pretty sad that we lost him. He was only 69, which is a little too young, I would say. And his newest, as far as I know, his newest thing was being in the new Indiana Jones game, which is really, really cool to see. But awesome character. It's a really awesome horror legend, and it's really, really such a shame to see an iconic character like this go so soon. But he did build a whole legacy with this character, and it's so cool. I really do like overall the way this figure looks. And here he is next to Jason Voorhees by Neca as well. The scaling is very off with these two figures because, of course, it is an Ultimate Collector's Jason Voorhees, and this is one of those, like, I guess they're called retro cloth figures, I believe. I'm not like completely sure, but both by the same brand, just very different scaling, which just really makes me want a, you know, to scale Candyman to go with my other horror characters. But this is an amazing figure, and I don't know if I would want to replace it because it's so cool. I would definitely want more accessories, but it's just such a good figure, and I would really hope that if NECA did do an Ultimate Collector's, they would do just as good as that, and maybe keep the actual cloth coat, because the coat is just so cool. Maybe do a little bit better on making it not fall apart as easy, but I really do like it. But the scaling is pretty off, and I think that's kind of my only gripe with it, but it is a different, I guess, brand or style that they're going for, so I can't really knock it for that. Almost gives me Scarecrow vibes, just a tiny bit, but here's the McFarlane The Dark Knight Scarecrow figure, which I think they paired together kind of decently. Scarecrow looks more like a henchman now to the Candyman, so it's pretty funny, but very interesting. I just overall love the presence of this figure. Before I started the review, I was messing around with Kratos a little bit, but here's Kratos, pretty much the same size, but I really do like both of these figures together. Really do like how I have Kratos posed, because he's got his blades of chaos in this little kind of cheaply made cloth. Really do like that. I really do like that. This is a figure I actually need to kind of review. I got this figure used a little while ago for like $10. And he's such a great figure. I'd really like to review him soon. But I really do like him. I like how different they are. I don't know, I just kind of like the big difference between these two figures. I don't know. Very, very cool. Just this whole Candyman figure. It's really nice. Now, it's been a while since I've really seen anything on Candyman, but I don't really remember him doing that iconic bee scene with the bees coming out of his mouth in the second one, because I believe this is based off the second movie, but it is an iconic scene. But here's a better look at the whole poster. It looks really cool. This would be really cool as just like a regular poster. I think it's awesome. Really, really do like it. Now, when it comes to the scoring of this figure, I think that this figure is a really good figure. I think the articulation is pretty nice. I like the overall quality of the entire figure. The sculpting and the paintwork is fantastic, especially on the head sculpt. It looks so good, and I think they did a fantastic job with that. I think the only thing is just, you know, the quality of the actual outfit is a little bit on the, you know, ass side, because you do get little spots like this where it just kind of comes off a little too easy. But it's honestly, if you're careful with it enough, then you definitely you can make this figure last a long time. I just wish it didn't, I guess you could say, flake. I wish it didn't flake as much. And you know, with these little parts that do stick out, I could probably just snip those myself. It's no biggie. But overall, I think that this figure is awesome, and it deserves a 5 out of 5. It's a 5 out of 5 figure. It's such an awesome figure, and I'm so happy I actually got it. I was really debating on getting this figure because I was just like, well, maybe they would make an Ultimate Collector's figure, but I'm actually really glad that I have them. If they ever do make an Ultimate Collector's figure, I will get it, but I will not be getting rid of this one because this one is just so cool. But yeah, let me know what you think about this figure, if you guys have this figure. I got this figure on Mercari for about 20 bucks. I don't know if I said that or not, but yeah, 20 bucks. It was really, really cheap. Very happy I do have it. So yeah, let me know what you think of this figure, what you think of the movies. Definitely like and subscribe, do all that stuff if you want to. If you don't, that's totally fine. We will be doing new videos, and we will definitely be doing better with our filming because I'm still getting used to all of this. I'll probably show this in a vlog, but we'll take a look at it later on, probably in another shorter video, probably after this one. But yeah, I really do want to show off kind of the room just a little bit, especially this new setup, because this took a while to do. So definitely am very happy about this figure. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.